So, you're in kind of a fix, aren't you? Well, don't worry. I'm here to help you. You're going to meet 7 people who really lived in the 19th century. Str.at.e.s created this adventure just for you. You should feel honored. This screen is called the media screen. On the top right are 5 buttons: text, video, music, art, and literature. When they're highlighted, you can click them. All 3 of the games that you're going to play are behind the text button. The counter is right below the media button. And below the counter, you can see the map button, the go back button, the OK button, and the quit button. Go ahead, look around. Remember, when you're ready to play the games, click the text button. Play 3 different games to get back: strategy, clue, and word. To win, you have to play all 3 games. If you don't get enough points, you might miss your senior prom. Well, just kidding. When you're ready to play a game, just click one of the 3 buttons at the top of this screen. All set? Read the question, listen to the cyber strategy. Then, if you need to, reread the biography. Click your answer and then click OK. You need 900 points to get back to my house. Look at this score. You beat Str.at.e.s. Ready? Here's how to play the word game. Listen to the cyber conversation. Then find the sentence that uses the word correctly. Click your answer. Then click OK. Wonderful! You're absolutely correct. You're a genius. Fantastic! You got it. Excellent! Keep up the good work. Great! You got it. You're absolutely correct. Good work. You're great. Here's the correct answer. Keep on trying. I know you can do it. Okay, here's the right answer. Don't give up. I'm counting on you. Think about it, then try again. Try again. You can do it. Now, don't dawdle. Here's how to play the clue game. Each biography contains a description of one of these picture clues. When you're ready, click a clue and then highlight the word or phrase that describes it. Then click OK.
Here are historic pictures of events that resulted in a constitutional amendment. It's 1917, and the 69-year drive by women for the right to vote is climaxed by this appeal at the White House. In 1869, Susan B. Anthony became chairman of the executive committee of the National Woman Suffrage Association. Statues honoring women are shown by Speaker Gillette. Center statue is Susan B. Anthony, pioneer for women's suffrage.
By the wooden fence, a soldier lay with a ball lodged in the bones of his cheek. I told him I would go for the surgeon, but he caught my arm. "They can't come for me now," he said. "I have to wait my turn. Please, you take the ball out for me." This was a new call. I had never severed the nerves and fibers of the human flesh, but I could not withstand his entreaties.
I know. They look awful. But how they appear is not the point. For the first time, women wearing this outfit can move around as freely as a man. In your time, some students have dress codes. Well, in my time, women had a dress code you would not believe. It consisted of whalebone corsets laced so tightly you could hardly breathe. Half a dozen layers of petticoats, and on top of all that, dresses constructed of 20 yards of fabric. Can you imagine what it was like when a soul had to answer the call of nature? These became all the rage with women and created such a ruckus with men that we crusaders for women's rights had to stop wearing them in public so we could concentrate on the real issues. But just between you and me, I still wear them in private.
Artificially acquired monotone is interpreted by Miss Thompson for those children with partial or aided hearing.
Every step I'm going to road you out to heaven.
I know every step of the road you are taking.
And I would put my strength in it and adventure.
And when you go out to life's struggles and adventures,
you will raise a banner.
You will raise a banner
who follow you.
For the deaf who follow you.
The cause, abolitionism. The paper, the liberator.
Garrison, thou canst be sure I am for thy cause, wholeheartedly. But is it so necessary for me to take an active part at this time?
In a few short years, your words and fame as an editor and a molder of men's minds has spread all over New England. You hold the balance of power here in North Essex. Abolitionism needs you now.
They didn't wait for our decision. They're burning our warehouse.
But Elijah, our new type, our new presses, they've got us beaten.
We can never be beaten until they still our voices, and that they cannot do. Burn! Destroy, if you will. But tomorrow and the next day, and the day after that, and for weeks and months to come, you'll be reading what I have to say. There's a law in this land bigger than any mob. It gives me the right to print what's in my heart and my mind. The right to print the truth. And that I will continue to do till the day I die.
Early motion pictures had a field day with the suffragettes.
And I let her see, by putting her hand on my face, how we talk with our mouths. With the hand in this position, I made the vowel I. She felt it. I. Then I made She feels it with the finger on her lip, on my lips. Then I put the two letters together to form the word it, and the first word was learned.
Nature's full of all kinds of creatures. Some are slow, some are fast. I guess I'm the fast kind. It's sad that some people don't let you be what you are. My mother was Chippewa Indian. My father was a free black man. Someone even told me once that since my father was a man of color, I should be a painter. But since my mother was a Chip-away, I was right to be a sculptor. Ever since I saw a bust of Benjamin Franklin, all I've wanted to do is to learn how to fashion life with my hands. Someday, I'm going to Rome to learn how to work with marble. Michelangelo is supposed to have said that the statue already lives inside the marble and he just removes the extra. But I think he was being modest. If it were that easy, it wouldn't be worth doing.
But public opinion was divided, and the fight of the suffragettes hit the front pages regularly. Across the Atlantic, the movement in the United States had started in 1848, when Elizabeth Cady Stanton had drawn up a Declaration of Rights for Women. Susan B. Anthony and Mrs. Stanton led the fight for women's suffrage for the next 50 years.
I have the impression that some in the audience did not appreciate my lecture on the evils of slavery. No matter. It is the same talk I have given in countless towns and hamlets to very similar responses. I have been assaulted by every manner of fruit and vegetable, pepper, spitballs, and on one occasion I was almost rendered unconscious by a book. But I will continue to share my thoughts with the public no matter how much some ruffians may object. I am the favorite subject of editorial writers, such as that chivalrous scribe of the Boston Post who recently wrote, "A name like Courteous shall be his, on fame's loud trumpet blown, who with a wedding kiss shuts up the mouth of Lucy Stone." But it appears I have had the last word after all. I have married recently and kept my own name.
We're waiting for darkness to fall before we move out on tonight's mission. We got word that the Rebs are holding over 700 slaves across the river, and we're taking a party over to set them free. Some of the men are worried about having a woman lead this party, especially a 5-foot-tall, 98-pound woman like me. But I used to tramp all through these woods when I was running slaves north on the Underground Railroad. Some of the soldiers tonight are only kids, and they're scared. I could see it in their eyes. So later, I'll sing them some songs and tell them some stories to calm their nerves. After all, what have they got to worry about? On my Underground Railroad, I never ran my train off the track, and I never lost a passenger.
For who will forget those lines? Blessings on thee, little man, barefoot boy with cheek of tan. From my heart I give thee joy. I was once a barefoot boy. Rise now. I give you, on his great 70th anniversary, the wood thrush of Essex, John Greenleaf Whittier.
By 1890, most Indians had been confined to reservations, and the dwindling Indian population was no match for an even more powerful federal government, and Indian lands continued to be reduced in size.
You sure this is the place?
Yeah, it's the mall.
Well, we follow the directions. This is it?
This is kind of a weird place for a communications project.
I think it's cool.
Well, it doesn't look like anybody's home. Let's go.
You're late.
We kind of got lost and thought that maybe...
Did you know that if General Hooker had arrived a few hours later at the Battle of Gettysburg, it might have changed the course of the entire Civil War? I guess not. Did you know that time is relative and it rarely flows in one direction? Well, don't dawdle. Follow me.
After you.
Welcome to my home. Look around, look around, look around.
This is cool.
I'm Miss Stafford. Now, let me get your name straight. Jessica? Sarah? Max? And you must be Tony, right? And Mr. Marashiro sent you here to experience the future of communication. Well, it's all right here in front of you.
You mean all these antiques?
I've already given you a hint.
Oh, you mean when you said that time rarely flows in one direction?
Yes, you were listening. Excellent. Now, watch this. This is Str.at.e.s. It accesses all neural synaptic transactions from the past, present, and future.
Excuse me?
Str.at.e.s lets you access anyone, anywhere, anytime. And it likes to play games. These are your Str.at.e.s navigators. They let you play with Str.at.e.s. Okay, now, let's get started.
What happened?
Str.at.e.s is pretty quirky. Let me get my navigator and check something out.
I got this thing wired. Tony, what did you do? I don't know, but I have a bad feeling about this.